unscripted because the stories people tell are so real, and everyone that is picked to be on an unscripted show has a unique story and a unique point of view.
And this 70-year-old is not there for the Instagram followers. I
No,
imagine
not
a lot
at
of them
all.
don't even have Instagram, which is a
Yeah,
positive. Yes.
exactly. Exactly.
What would you give advice to someone like, what does it take to win Big Brother, having won it and being one of the best players in Big Brother history? Like, what would you say to people? I'm like,
Gosh.
say I get chosen next season and Julie Chen says, put that podcast aside, which I don't know if I can do that, but we have enough episodes in the can that we could still release them while I'm in the Big Brother house. What is the advice for someone to win Big Brother?
Win Big Brother, you have to go in with the like ability of a chameleon. You have to be able to blend into every situation. You have to be able to win competitions, but not win competitions. You have to be able to, win people over and then know when you have to turn on them. So you really need to go into Big Brother with being very, very present. And I know that sounds like uh it sounds easier said than done, but you really need to make sure that every second you're like thinking about what is going to get you one step ahead, but being completely present in that moment. And in Big Brother, same thing applies. You could go home and you could be totally blindsided. And if you don't win an HOH or a veto, you're done. So you need to really take every minute while you have the chances and opportunities on Big Brother to ensure that you're making a plan to stay in the game a little bit longer.
And this might sound like a stupid question, but like, should you truly, because like Suri, like on Survivor, she said, listen, as long as it wasn't me that week, that's all I cared about. I mean, that was like kind of her strategy. I mean, of course you want to think about, let me not screw this, but to me, it was always like, well, I can't worry about whether you're mad at me 7 weeks from now and whether I'm not going to win because I have to, I mean, is that the good strategy of just like, this is this week, I have to just stay this week. Let's not worry about 7 weeks from now because I may not be here.
Yeah, that's honestly on season 13. I was so focused on every single second that I was living in that house, and it got me to the end. And I never thought about, I mean, you saw my goodbye messages. About winning. I didn't think about getting to the end. I thought about like, how am I going to stay today? How am I going to make myself like an okay position for next week? And I think you do have to kind of look at it and take it, one day at a time. But that's why I said by being very, very present, but like also putting yourself in a position where it's like, how am I going to navigate the next moment?
Interesting. I mean, that's what I would think because I'm like, you don't want to screw someone over, but I mean, to me, it's like I can't worry. Even though that's how I live my life, I'm like, I can't worry about 7 weeks from now. Like, I have to get through the next 3 days.
It's so true.
Well, no one, I mean, could you ever have expected, week 1, the Big Brother house, your reality TV career, you meet Brandan, you now have a husband and 2 children and a dog, which you were telling me before we went live, from going on a reality show. I mean, I imagine you didn't think this Showmance was it.
No, never. I mean, well, actually, so I would have never imagined that I would meet my husband on a reality show. But I will say, when I did my casting interview, this lady, Shannon, interviewed me, and she's like, if you could pick the perfect partner, who would he be? And I said, he have to be older. He would have to be very handsome. He has to be smarter than I am and have some sort of advanced degree. And I swear they brought Brandan, and it was just, once I learned about Brandan, I think I knew. I remember the second I went into the diary room and I said, I'm going to marry this man, I just fell in love. And I think the diary room was just like, whatever, she's crazy. But I literally knew that was it for me. And I guess everyone says when you find your partner that's how it happens, right? But I don't know. It was just, for me, it was like, okay.
Why an advanced degree? I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but why was that part of it?
Well, so back then when I was, in my 20s, I cared so much about having, I don't know, like I think I had just graduated and I was working on a master's, and I cared so much at the time about having educated conversations with people. Although when I was in my 20s, I think my educated conversations were, on the level of a kindergartner.
Totally.
Yeah.
How is Brandan, and like, does he ever, say like, I'd like to do the Traitors, I'd like to do this, or is he like, mommy's best at the job, just let her go and do her thing?
No, Brendan is hilarious. He wants to do Traitors so badly. And I think he'd be really good at it. He would probably be better than I was. He's always coaching me from the couch. He's literally like at home telling me, this is what you need to do. That's your next move. This is why didn't you say this? Why didn't you do that? How did you not know it was Sari? I swear to you, he told me I would have said the first second would be Cody, Sari, and that Christian guy. And I was like, yeah, but you weren't there. And then he loves when I am in the spotlight because I'm doing this like comedy thing in Birmingham, Alabama this summer, and he's like writing all my jokes. And he's like, I'm going to write the jokes, but you have to do them. And he's always like, so he does this for me, like, helps me come up with like silly lines and fun things. So he's my biggest like coach and also my biggest fan.
Well, maybe you can make a call and, season 2 of the Traitors, it is going forward. Maybe you could suggest your husband.
I know I did. I have made that suggestion.
What do you think what's your advice for showmances? Having one of the more successful ones. We have people on The Bachelor that go there for that and then did break up years later. Like what's your advice?
Gosh, I don't know. I think Brendan and I, when you're on Big Brother, you get into these really deep conversations. You learn so much about the person. And I don't think they do that as much on The Bachelor. It's a month, right? So, and they're seeing them maybe like 4 days, right? Like they just don't really get the opportunity to get to know each other very well and live with each other, right? Like we literally lived together since we met. So I think I wish I had better advice. I don't know. I guess like I admire him and I really respect him. And I think maybe that does play a big role in the longevity of our relationship. But I don't know. I wish I had better advice. I think when you know, you know.
When you know, you know. Do you regret anything from all of your times on all of these different reality shows and appearances? Is there anything that sticks out as something you regret?
I try not to regret anything because I feel that every crazy thing that's happened in my life has made me grow. And so I really genuinely try not to look back and play like the what if game or the, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed game, because it's in the past. I can't change it. It was on national television. So I can now just move forward and take that as a lesson and grow from it. And I think that I've grown so much since 2010. And, I'm happy that I've had these experiences, really.
Are you like a fan? You're in the business, but like, are you a fan of the genre? Like, do you watch reality TV? You don't have to say yes just because you're so great at casting and great on the show, but are you actually a fan?
Oh, I'm a huge fan. Yeah, no, I watch all the shows. I watch them like while I'm working. I'm watching them like the people I cast. Are you kidding me? I get so excited. I meet them and then they're, they become stars or they become like on these big shows and I'm so excited for them.
Do you think that's a mistake? Like you look at like Housewives, for instance, like, look, it's a revolving door. Like, when you get the job, there's absolutely no job security. You could be there for 10 years or fired. Like, do you think a mistake people make is, like you said, you meet all these people, you're so excited for them, but, year